Good morning, everybody. They're talking about, I'm just listening while I'm waiting for people to come. I'm listening to Sirianni on the hot seat. It's making, well, no, I don't really want Sirianni to leave. It's kind of like their situation when we had Jason Garrett and and the Eagles knew Jason Garrett was trash, and we knew Jason Garrett was trash, but still Jason Garrett stayed. The Eagles were like, please sign Jason Garrett to another contract. So I'm kind of like that. Please keep Sirianni there. He's got so much talent there once you get, past all of this stuff. What's up? Who's here? Oh, the MVP Nation. What's up? What's up, Sadika? Good morning, Kev. Let me redo my thing because you're not coming in. I need your comments over here on this screen. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. Let's go downloads. There we go. Dum, 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 dum. There y'all go. What's up? What's up, C? C's here. Hi, good morning, Cam. We got some serious business to take care of this morning. Some serious business. Serious business. I'm telling you, the weeks that all you have to do to get me in a good mood during football season is just show me how Philadelphia Eagles are failing. So I was in here just working. I've worked on a lot. Y'all will be so proud of me. The me putting all this stuff together and the stuff that I put together behind the scenes, like over here, this stuff like that has been like it's made my setup much cleaner. You know what I'm saying? So I can go from shot to shot and stuff like that much better than before. The audio should be coming in much cleaner than before. Everything. I'm proud of me. Now, what happened to the chat? Look, this is not cool. I'm sitting here talking about how proud I am, and technology is failing me. It just brought up like a couple of comments, and then it dropped my comment. So what is going on with my? Oh, did I have? Is the name wrong? It's a, on my thing. It says watching the Cowboys versus the Rams. Are y'all seeing that too? Open chat. All right, this is getting weird. I can read the comments off this screen over here, but I usually have them right there. But it's not me. This is Restream. It's bringing up the chat for the Cowboys and the Rams. Interesting. All right, that's my last thing. All right, I'm just gonna read them off the. Thank you. All right, here we go. Good morning, Noah. Where's Noah? Good, good. Now it's coming through. So first order of business while people coming in here. Since I've been the Lions ran hard and play harder, which we do say. All is well. Just hold that. My next topic, right after my first topic, right up here. My next topic. Let me see if I can point to it. Oh, I was close. My next topic is Lions envy, right there. So hold your horses. We'll get there. I want more people to get here before we talk about how jealous we are of the Lions. We need to, since I've shown amazing consistency in getting up at 3. This morning it was 3:15. Sometimes it's 3:45, but somewhere in the 3 o'clock range to get in here, to get this thing set up, to get ready to go. Bothering my daughter every morning. She gets mad at me every morning because her head is right there, so she's mad at me. That's why I got to move the studio, because she hears all this stuff. But I've gone. What is it? 4 weeks now? We might be in week 4 of me doing these live shows in the morning. So at this point, we need to name the show, because I've been trying to think. I said, well, I'm tired of writing Cowboys Morning Talk with Shango. Blah, blah, blah. We need a name. If you give me a name in the next 10 minutes, no pressure. If you give me a name in the next 10 minutes, I'll have a graphic tomorrow. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. 100%. But I don't even know what to start. Something to do with morning, because I'm a morning person. I'm not I was thinking that outside to myself. I was like, I have nothing to do with the night. When the sun goes down, I go down. And the only time I like night is that night before the sun comes up, because that is really quiet. There's no nothing going on at that time of night. The early night, when people are around, the animals are going around, especially in my neighborhood, we got all kind of stuff out there. Yeah, no. But no, the early morning, the coyotes are still there. Coyotes are always out there. All right, guys, let's think of a name. The Morning Show. That was the first. That's. I think that's that's as good as I can get right now. I can't think of anything. See, so you see Lions jealousy. See, do you have a little bit of Lions jealousy? No thoughts? No ideas? I'm waiting. That's how brought that shenanigans with Shango. Shango Morning Show. Shango, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, all is well. All is well. We're gonna write that down. All is well, because I can't forget this one. I can't forget these things. That was. It has branding in there. It has the morning thing that and I like that one, man. All is well. Let me make sure I put all is well to credit him on that one if it goes. Jerry Joe, Google must die, you lose. Google must die, you lose completely. Shango's undisputed take. Oh my gosh, Calvin. I don't want to be associated to any of those people. Poppy is in here with his mess. The rising star. I like that because, me being a huge Kendrick fan, is at least a double entendre right there, Isaiah Turner. Hold on. Put your name here. Isaiah Turner with the Rising Star because of, Rising Star. It's morning time, and we're trying everything we do here. We're trying to, make the Cowboys better or discuss what we think will make the Cowboys better to raise the star to higher levels. That's a good one, too. That's a good one, too. I like it. What's up, Mr. DC Fitted? Live mornings with Shango, Mr. Skills. Like it. Starting with Shango. I don't know, y'all. These two are good one. Shango Morning Show. The branding there is beautiful, and the Rising Star. Those are two. Those two are hard to beat right there. So hey, I'm gonna go on with the show, and if you think of something, if you think of one or whatever, just blurt it out. Shannon will be modeling his Jordans. I don't have Jordans. I never got into, and that's crazy because Jordan is my GOAT. I mean, like and not only that, I have two reasons why it's weird that I wasn't don't have a bunch of Jordans. Jordan was my GOAT. Period. He was like, at first it was Dr. J, but then when Michael Jordan came, it was all about Michael Jordan. Everything was about Michael Jordan. Period. And when I was a young buck, I got the first Jordans, the classic Jordans, the first pair, and I didn't want the red and blue. I didn't want the red and black pair of Jordans because I wasn't a Bulls fan. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make everybody know I wasn't trying to jump over from the Sixers to the Bulls. I was still a Sixers fan, but I was a Jordan fan, and so I got the white and gray Jordans. And those things are worth so much money. I didn't know I was wearing like $300,000 on my feet right there. If I had known that, I wouldn't have touched them shoes. Shango's rant. No, you won't be getting any rants in the morning, buddy. Yeah, I like the Rising Star. And I can put the Rising Star with Shango. Blah, blah, blah. I can add my name in there if I need to. Magic, hey, look, I'm not gonna hate on Magic at all. I saw some Magic highlights the other day. This dude on TikTok says, does these videos of impress me in like a few seconds or whatever. And the stuff Magic was doing, man, is just ridiculous. Just at that size. And I actually ran into Magic one time. Literally, I bumped into him and at a party, and I looked up, and I was like, no wonder. It just dawned on me. I was like, no wonder this dude is like killer. You know what I'm saying? He was that big with the ball in his hands or whatever. So yeah, no. Magic's the man. And it wasn't a DIDDDY party. It was just a little industry something. You have to put disclaimers on everything when you say we live in a new world, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a new world. Shango live in the morning. I like it. Good morning, Christy. Hey, man, all patios are nice. All patios are nice. Terrell, in Georgia, that's why I said I had a decent time this summer in Georgia. You're gonna see it because I'll have to do my shows out there when I get to Atlanta this weekend. But our backyard in Atlanta is probably as big, a little bit bigger than this room. It's a little bit bigger than this room, the backyard is. So I enclosed like a screen part where I can have a TV and stuff. So I got an enclosed area where there's the TV out there, and of course I get the internet out there and all that kind of stuff. So I can sit out there and watch TV and escape from whatever kid stuff is happening in the house and whatever loud stuff is happening in the house. So as long as there's nothing, they're doing any yard work or something like that, making noise outside, I'll be outside. Yes, I've met Jerry Jones in person, but not at a party. Never been at a party with Jerry Jones. Uh, I met him the first time I saw Jerry Jones is the first time I went to training camp when T.O. was hit. Right when we got T.O. That was the first time I started this show, and that was when I went out to training camp, and I had like a semi-professional camera, and it was like this little dude, this little young dude with a expensive camera, because I have always been a gadget guy. Even when I've always had every gadget when I was a kid, in high school, every time. So I had this real nice camera, and I was just shooting everything. So people's like, does he work for the Eagles? Does he? And Jerry's the black guy with the afro, he was always looking at me. But it was like, he wasn't looking at me like, what is he doing? He was like, that dude's cool. I could tell a different look from a guy. No, I always liked that guy. But that's the only way I've met Jerry. I've been in the VIP area with him or whatever, but I've never shook his hand or anything like that. No, or been to a party with Jerry Jones. Never. Good morning, Kyle. The NFC is going to be tough. The NFC. No, Terrell, my kids are not homeschooled. Schooling is a tough thing right now because we believe in the public school, and our kids are in public school. They're not in private school. But the last like 4 years, public school has been tough. It's 8.5, Mr. Joseph. But public school has been tough, so I don't know. I know we're not going to homeschool, but we might end up having to do private. That's going to hurt wifey because wifey's sisters are teachers or principals or something to do with the school system. Dun, 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 dun. Morning, Joe. I knew somebody was going to do it. I knew somebody was going to do Shango and Friends, Rick Charlton. I knew somebody was going to say Shango and Friends or Morning Joe with Shango. Something like that. Something Morning Joe related. I knew it was coming. But actually, I did think of that one, Morning Joe with Shango. That was good, Rick. Shango and Friends. I kind of like Shango and Friends. Because, you guys are I'm sitting here talking to you guys most of the time, so you guys are mostly part of the show. Where I'm in the northern part of California. Of Los Angeles County. Up north. Shango, top of the morning. Morning, Joe. I'm going to write that down, Rick. No, I can't because it's too affiliated. That's why I said I couldn't go with Shango and Friends, because it's too affiliated with something. So I can't affiliate myself with them or them. Imagine a flip off right there. Thanks, Terrell. I know I've seen your name for years. Okay. Show name. I've got 2 down. If you think you can beat those 2 in the next, how long am I going? Probably another 30 minutes. If you think you can beat those 2 in like the next 30 minutes, let it happen. Let's go. What's up, Tyler? All right, the first thing on my list, we have all right, raise your hand. Can you raise your hand? You can do a little hand thing. If you have some Lions envy. And I said it the other day. I have even more Lions envy now after watching that game. Even more. Where do you want to start? Let's start Shango's Morning Sports Rank. No, Brent, I'm not going to be yelling at you guys. I'm not going to be yelling at anybody in the morning. It's going to be like that music right there. It's going to be like nice and... Okay. Now let me get angry. I said the weapons. because that's like has been my number one problem since we let Amari Cooper go, which nobody was like crying that we traded Amari Cooper. The reason why we are dealing with that problem of when we traded Amari Cooper was twofold. We didn't get nothing for him for one reason, and number two, we didn't replace him. We didn't replace him. We just figured somebody would come up and step up and be Amari Cooper, which is like really condescending to Amari Cooper to think somebody just gonna come out your roster and be as good as he was, knowing that he was there teaching CD everything. I mean, he was a technician out there. So since that happened, I haven't liked our weapons. And even if you saw in the JV game before the Lions game, you saw Tony Pollard out there. I mean, looking fast. And I'm like, man, I wish our offense had that pop. It did have that pop. It just decided to let that pop go on somewhere else. So that was another weapon that was gone. And then we still to this day haven't really replaced those weapons. We're hoping. I mean, usually you let weapons go when you know for a fact. And that's what we were kind of thinking with Amari Cooper. The Cowboys know for a fact that Gallup is going to be, Amari Cooper-like. The Cowboys are like certain that Gallup. And Gallup turned out to be not even in the NFL anymore. Maybe it was injury related a lot. I don't know, but that was a miscalculation. Usually you have to know that this guy is as good as the guy I'm letting go and just go forward with your new guy. But they didn't happen. So that is my number one jealous factor with the Lions. They have everything I would want for my offense. Everything. Okay, you got people know what type of quarterback I like. Is that smart quarterback? I don't like to run the ball with my quarterback. I don't like to do anything. This is my Madden. I like a bigger arm than Goff. That's the only thing. But still, if you get the ball in the right spots at the right time, it's absolutely perfect. So the quarterback is perfect. Now, we have that with Dak. It's the same type quarterback. He's the type quarterback that's going to be able to divvy the ball around. At running back, Gibbs. Been wanting speed. That draft, I wanted the speed with Achane. I was wanting that speed. I've been wanting that speed in every draft. I want one speed back that would take the ball to the house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, don't have that. Then their physical back. Did you see what he did to my boy Witherspoon last night? I love Devon Witherspoon. Witherspoon is my dude. I get him. I missed him this year on Madden, but he went through my whole season with Madden with me last year, and he just ran over Witherspoon like it was nothing. They went for like 40 yards. So their running back combination is one of the best in the league, easily. And it's like the combination that we wish we had, that speed guy and that physical guy. So right there, we can't be really envious of the quarterback, but the running back situation, very envious of that thing. We have nothing there. Wide receiver, okay. CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra, I would like. And it's not me bringing CeeDee down. It's me bringing Amon-Ra up. Amon-Ra, CeeDee is more dynamic and he looks better and his stuff there. But Amon-Ra is a dog. He is a dog. So them two are just like good number one targets. Our number two target, Brandon Cook beside Jameson Williams, ain't even close. And I don't even want to go from that point. I'm coming to play calling. I'm coming to that territory. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to my. Goff didn't have an incompletion last night. It was so easy for him. It was just easy. When you see a quarterback doing like that, the quarterback will get all kind of praise, but the quarterback knows, it was just easy. Everybody did their job. Everybody caught everything I threw to them. Everybody ran the right route. Everybody ran hard. Everybody did what they're supposed to do. And it comes back to the quarterback. Great stuff. So we got, I'm just going to stop there with wide receivers because there's no need to go past. With us, there's no reason to go past Brandon Cooks because there's nobody past Brandon Cooks that's ever done anything in the NFL. And then on their end, they're lowered. D's Life says CDs need to work with Amon on integrity and character. Look, man, yeah. Amon-Ra, I have nothing bad to say. I am not bringing CD down, not one iota. I am bringing Amon-Ra up to wherever you think CD Lamb is. That's what I'm doing. If anybody takes any kind of offense to me saying Amon and CD are about right there, that's the only reason why I say it. CD is a better weapon, of course. He's got the length, he's got all that kind of stuff, but still, there's other things that Amon-Ra brings. So you got that. You got the offensive line. Thank you, Cal Cullen. Detroit has a monster, and they cultivated it in the last few. All this stuff has been done in the last few years now. When we're saying we can't do it because we got to do that, we have to pay this person, and we can't. All the time that we're saying we can't, they were just actually just doing it, just putting this stuff together, putting together this offensive line that is so much better than ours. And our plan to be a good offensive line is to put two rookies out there and let them suffer until they get better. And hope your quarterback survives and hope you can somehow get a running game. So me talking trash, this is how bad it is on the offense. All the trash I was talking about our running situation and all the trash that I was talking about our wide receiver situation. Even if those were good situations, even if we had good running backs, even if we had good wide receivers, we wouldn't be able to get them going because we have no blocking. The offensive line is still making rookie mistakes, and they're going to continue to make rookie mistakes. They're going to do some great things, of course, because we're working through a working process. But that's what we are right now at our football team. And that's how we chose while the Lions did it on a gradual, we getting better. We will just take one step back and hope that big step back will catapult us forward in a couple of years. It can happen, but you got to wait a couple of years. For our offensive line, you got to wait at least a couple of years. It is what it is. And our running game ain't going to be anything until our offensive line is anything. Our passing game isn't going to be anything until our offensive line is going to be anything. And it's simply because Dak needs time to find those guys. The running back needs holes to run through. It's that simple. And if you can't block for those guys to have that time for that to happen, it's not going to happen. Detroit Lions have all that on offense. They have all of that on offense. And then their defense, they're young. They have a great defensive coordinator. I mean, it's just like Detroit. And you know what? The last thing I was thinking, I was like, man, with our color combination and with Cowboys, we could have come up with some really nice, specialty game uniforms. Of course, keep our crispy whites, our classic uniforms or whatever. But we could really make some real nice looking uniforms because I don't know about you. That's what the Cowboys uniforms. I'll tell you which ones it was. It was the dark blues and the not the silver pants, the kind of bluish pants with the stripe down the side. I couldn't. And the number, it was Tony Dorsett. The number was right there on the hip, number 33. That was my uniform. And those uniforms were so nice. It just seems like, I'm just looking at the Lions uniforms from last night. That was just sickness. It was a choice, and it was sick. The blackout lion. It was sick. Nothing. So I have a lot of Detroit envy this morning. Lots of it. Yeah, CD Lamb fell right in our laps. That was our weapon that we got. And if you remember my video, I lost my mind. I couldn't believe it that we actually draft somebody that can catch the ball and take it to the end zone. Oh my goodness, Greamer. Greamer says, hearing me talk about Detroit, it makes him realize that how many times in recent past we've seen teams go from the bottom of the league to the NFC Championship game, Super Bowl. It is quite annoying. We have seen Philadelphia, I said that, Greamer. Philadelphia has had like 3 different franchises within that time period of getting to the Super Bowl or close. Because Andy Reid, what's his name when they won? And then what hurts when they almost got there? Cade McDonald. I know you don't think much of Biotish as well, but that center. But I think BB's my guy. BB, I think BB can get up to Biotish's level, but there's still, especially with the center position, there is a lot to learn. There's a lot, so there is a significant drop. Even though you don't see it in the actual player or whatever, in the knowledge of what that player knows, it drops a good big. That's why Quinn took him over there, because Biotish was a smart guy. So now we've got another BB. That's why I like him. But it's going to take BB a minute to go back. Tyron, no, he's not close to Tyron. Okay, Guyton is right now. He's just not. I know everybody was mad. People get mad at Tyron for not being there. That was Tyron's problem, but he wasn't close to Tyron. But that was, our line wasn't good last year. Let me just say that, because then I'm going to Terrence Steele on the other side, which we don't know why Terrence Steele was not even challenged in his position coming into this year. I have no idea. Have no clue. So the line is in transition. Yeah, I can't. Kyle Cullen. Every time I see Dallas Goedert, I think about that draft when he was running versus the Saints. When the Saints players ran into each other and he kept running and I was like, oh man, the ramifications of that pick are enormous. The ramification of that little funny, let's take the Dallas guy because it'll make Dallas mad. I mean, that, and he turned out to be pretty dadgum good. All right, yes, let's get to the coaching. Dan Campbell, look, man, Dan Campbell and Sirianni, they're kind of the same, but kind of a whole lot different. Like, Sirianni will make these dumb decisions of going forward at stupid time. Like, every game this season, I watched it. I told you I hate on the Eagles. I love doing it. But every game they play, they go for it on 4th down in a stupid situation where you. I'm sorry, Siri. They would go for it in a stupid situation, which they really shouldn't have. And Siri, hush. But Dan Campbell will go for it, and it's just a gut thing. And then afterwards, he like, yeah, I did it. I'll do it again if I feel it. I don't care. In some reason, you have to respect that, because that's how the game is. Sometimes if you're feeling like you can get in that end zone, go get in that end zone. If you're feeling like you can beat this team at this player, that player, whatever, just you got to go for it. Sometimes it's not going to always work out, but you got to still keep that mentality. I get it. But Sirianni was just like wilts away from answering any questions about those calls or whatever. When Saquon dropped that ball. He didn't try to back up his offensive coordinator or anything. It's just a weasel. Just a weasel. Yes, Cal Cullen. That's what I was trying to explain about the importance of center. The line fell apart when Fredericks retired. Exactly. And it took a minute for Biotish to be able to adequately do it. He wasn't doing it great, no, but to be able to adequately do it because it's such an important position. And our offense, the next thing about our offensive line, our offensive play calling will grow with the growth of our offensive line. So the more that they're able to do, the longer they're able to hold off defenders, the more we're going to be able to do on the offense. But right now, it's got to be real simple. Real simple. So don't expect big, huge passing games from Dak. Mark Stepnowski was he was small guy, but new angles, new leverage, all that kind of stuff. I know. And I was a little fan of Jalen Reagor, Chris Gons. Chris Gons said Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy was jacking in front of CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. That's the one that's probably better than CeeDee. And thank God Philly drafted Jalen Reagor, who I was a fan of, and I was like, man, Reagor gonna kill us. So I don't know everything. I don't know nothing. We don't hit on our second round pick as well. Yeah. And that I turned yours on too. She going crazy this morning, Terrell. Yeah, and it's that second round pick is where you can easily get a weapon. You can get a running back on that second round or wide receiver in that second round. That's actually probably like a first round talent that just didn't something happened or whatever. But yeah, thank you, Sadika. All right, next. Henry difference. All right, this is another thing I thought of this weekend when we saw how the Ravens just destroyed the Bills. And Derrick Henry I think Derrick Henry scored just as fast as what's his name with Kansas City? What's his name? What's Kansas City's wide receiver name? The fast one that just got there? Rookie? Yes, Moises. The longer Dak holds onto the ball, the O-line draws the penalty. Who's a wide receiver for Kansas City? I'm drawing a blank. Rookie. Super speed. Worthy. Xavier Worthy. He got to the end zone as fast as Xavier Worthy. It was like 21 seconds. So Derrick Henry was moving. He was coming downhill. But the thing I was thinking when I saw Henry doing all that, I was like, there is no way we would have ran Henry. There is no way we would have ran Henry like he should have been ran. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know for the facts, we don't run Zeke. Now, Zeke is supposed to be running in certain situations or whatever, but Zeke is not out there or whatever. So Zeke is supposed to be, our big back, our physical back, our running back, and Zeke doesn't get carries in that situation. So you would probably have to put Henry in the same situation as Zeke, and the other carries. I mean, that's not Henry's type carries. If you can give them to him, and as far as the same thing that Rico is doing, that's not what Henry does. Oh man, if the Chiefs trade for Amari, it is, he'll have Mahomes will have two targets where he can just throw the ball at. He'll have Amari and he'll have his tight end. Hey, that's wifey on TV. Found. This is the new trailer for Found. And wifey punching somebody in the face. She always punches somebody in the face in that show. Don't get Honor and come home. Thursday at 10, 9 Central to you guys. Thursday at 10, found on NBC. Yes. Good job, wifey. She's heading to New York today to do all the press stuff. And like I said, I just sent Kelly Clarkson the legal stuff, and they're going to play one of our videos of me screaming on the Kelly Clarkson show. So watch Shanola Hampton on the Kelly Clarkson show, and you might see your boy. Yeah. Henry was in beast mode. He wouldn't get, but like, Henry would get like 12 carries in Dallas. Man, people just got, I don't know. Hey, Cal, when I got here, I could not live in Hollywood. I was like, it was so nasty. I was like, look at it, because I thought there was dirty Spider-Man. Spider-Man was just all dirty on Hollywood Boulevard. And I was like, baby, I cannot live here. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Because I didn't want to come to LA at all in the first place. And we went driving, and we drove outside of the city limits up north. And we're in like, it's almost called like a Pleasantville. It's like something removed from LA. And when we got here, I was like, oh, I saw houses with yards and stuff like that, like I was used to. And I was like, ah. Oh. But the greatest part of being out here is wifey could go into her job and then come out of it. See, most people live in that cesspool or whatever. And I refuse to live in it. So I have no idea what they're thinking. I'm like you. But I just got a front row seat eating my popcorn. But it's like, I was telling my neighbor the other day, it was like, I hate to jump into this. We know these personalities are bad people. We know these people are bad people. Yet we allow them to gain power. We allow them to, and knowing once bad people gain power, they do worse things. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, nobody should be surprised at any of it. And we should look at, instead of looking at that person, we should look at ourselves for giving people like that power. You understand what I'm saying? We've got to look inward. I never liked the dude. If it was up to me, the dude would never sold the record. Yeah, I was not a fan of LA. The second thing about LA too, I was in Chicago. You know, I was familiar with the big city because I was in Chicago before LA, and Chicago was a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know how they talk about Chicago, but Chicago, things happen in certain areas. This area is safe. This area is not so safe. This area, if you find yourself there, what's wrong with you? But that's how Chicago was. When I got to LA, it was just like, I don't go there because stuff could happen anywhere in LA. Out here where I live, it was the third safest city in the country. So I felt very safe out here. But there, it was like nowhere you could go where you wouldn't, like looking over your shoulder because something could happen. Yeah, I'm not a fan of LA. Oh, your cousin works with Kelly Clarkson? Awesome. Henry was ideal for the Raiders. He was. Is cooked? No, Cam. Cooks have never been anything. Cooks was cooked. You know when Cooks was cooked? When he was with the Rams, Cam. That's when Cooks was cooked. Ever since then, Cooks has been getting paychecks because he's still a phenomenal athlete. But as far as being a threat, the last time Cooks was a threat is when he was with the Rams, and when the Rams demoted him to wide receiver 4, and then he went to the Texans, and got stats in the Texans, so he got to come back to a team, and that was the Cowboys. But with the Cowboys or the Texans, he's never been like, get the ball in Cook's hands. We need to throw it to Cooks. In all my Django No BS show. In all my streams, I've never seen people say, we need to get the ball to Cooks. We need to get Cooks involved. You know what I'm saying? But if we had like a Xavier Worthy or something like that on our team, we'd be like, man, we need to throw the deep one to Worthy. Where's Worthy? We need to do an end around to Worthy. We need to get the ball in Worthy hands. That's the difference between Brandon Cooks. And some of us actually look at Cooks just because has some speed. We look at him as that type of player. He's never been. He's been just a straight line runner and to catch that long route. You know what? It wouldn't have to be a NFC Championship game of success. I don't know, man, because on one hand I say that BC, because he said BC asked would I consider making the NFC Championship game a success since it's been so long, even if the game ended badly. If we lose in the divisional round, that's gonna hurt so bad. Just because we can't get past that level. So it's a threshold that we need to break. I wouldn't call it something that has to be success, because if we get to the divisional round this year with the roster we got, that is a success. We won't view it as a success because of the long drought. We've never been there, blah, 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 and get all angry because we didn't get to the next level. But in reality, us getting this roster that we have right now to the divisional round, in reality, that's a huge success. But none of us will look at it that way. Oh, it's about time to get the kids. Hold on. Jaden Daniels. Two things. I got two more topics. Jaden Daniels. I'm not afraid yet. I'm not. I said it yesterday. How many people what would they be saying about us if we had beat Cincinnati? When Cincinnati is not Cincinnati right now. Cincinnati is playing poor football. The New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. They wouldn't be saying that we are very good, that we got potential. And if Dak did very good those 3 games, it would be like Dak didn't play anybody yet. So it would be a whole different narrative if we had won those games. Washington isn't a bad football team. They never have been. And they've been through stints like this where Heineke has played well and their team has played well. They've started seasons well. But the people they have over there right now, it's hard for me to believe in. I mean, I'm going to have to see them in the playoffs and see them do something good in playoffs for me to believe in them. Because it's 2 guys that, Kingsbury, Cliff Kingsbury, he should have beaten the Cardinals like that last week. He created that full football team. Every person on that defense he drafted or acquired in free agency or whatever. So if Kingsbury went in there and lost to his own defense, it would have been the most embarrassing thing that a coach could ever do. Lose to the team that you created. And Quinn's just been bounced around for a while. Quinn's not anything special. So when you get a special, Andy Reid is something special. And Jalen Daniels is something. And Pat Mahomes is something special. So something special went to something special, and they created something very special. With the Commanders, I fully believe that Jalen Daniels is special, but special has to go with special to be very special. And I just don't believe that the people they have over there right now are special. AZ is poorly run because of that guy, because of Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury was the one who, and mind you, I'm not even a fan of the Cardinals in any way, shape, or form, and I was like ranting when they hired Kingsbury because it was such a dumb hire. Yes, Washington has BC hit it. Washington has been mediocre for a long time, missing that elite quarterback to push them off the edge, and they have it. They have the quarterback now, but do they have the coaching staff? Are they going to be able to when the league sees what they're doing? Because the league is just now getting tape on Jaden Daniels. So when they get tape on what they're doing, they're going to force him to do other things, and that's when the fun begins. Now, and that's when you start saying this player is really good. When they right now he's at Cooper Rush. He's at Cooper Rush level right now. Cooper Rush played phenomenally. But then when they start figuring out, okay, Cooper Rush is going to do this, this, and this. Okay, we're going to go in the game. We're going to shut down this, this, and this. Then it started being a little different with Cooper Rush, and we started getting antsy, wanting to get Dak back. So that's what's going to happen with Jaden Daniels. After these first 4 games, it's put a lot, especially this last game, it's put a lot of tape out there. So now they're going to figure this out. I mean, come on. The quarterback he beat last week was ruined by Cliff Kingsbury. Kyler Murray was fantastic when he came into the league. Now Kyler Murray looks like a elevated Russell Wilson, a fast Russell Wilson. So that's what I'm saying. And you can't tell me Kyler Murray wasn't special. But special has to go with special. Yeah, I don't know if Caleb Williams is special. He might be. I don't know if Caleb. The only quarterbacks that I think are very special are Jaden and what's the name, and C.J. Stroud. Anthony Richardson is a special talent, but everybody else is meh. That's why my particular best way to acquire a quarterback is not to go and find that dude that's special. Because even though you find that dude is special, you need to put special with special to create something very special. My particular way to build a football team is the Seattle Seahawks way. Build the team. Also the Kansas City Chiefs way. Build the team. Build the type of organization you're going to be, the type of attitude you're going to have, the type of football you're going to play. And when you have that team, then you can get quarterbacks in until you find that perfect quarterback to fit that team without tanking and getting the number 1 person per the scouts. I mean, if Caleb tanks out, you should be scared to ever take a first-round quarterback ever again, because the way they talked about Caleb Williams was greater than anything. My day's going great. We'll talk about Justin Fields tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be our preview of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I didn't put together my power rankings. I'll do that tomorrow, because I don't want to just say 5 teams. Yeah, I don't want to just say 5 teams. I'll do that tomorrow. Kingsbury City Special Ed. Only thing good about Kingsbury was his house. His house was sweet. Exactly. And the same thing last year in the playoffs. Look at Jordan Love. Jordan Love looked like perfection versus us. Like he looked like he was going to be the next great thing. And then the very next week versus the San Francisco 49ers defense, they had to make excuses for him. Like, he's still learning. He's young. He's still learning. He's still going to be great, blah, blah, blah. They had to say stuff like that after the game because they looked so bad. If you don't remember it, look, man, go back and watch the game if you don't remember it, because they really didn't. They really brushed his performance under the rug. But that's the kind of stuff. You're saying. You're saying It's us. It's the way we allow another team to execute their plan in front of us. And we've done it once this year already with the Saints. We let them. It wasn't Carr just turned it into Superman. Like, oh man, Carr was Superman that day. No, that day was the day that everybody did the jobs. Everybody was open. Everybody ran the route they were supposed to run. The running backs ran hard. The offensive lines blocked. That's football. Football is not one super dude that gets like on a tear and starts going crazy. No, that's not it. That's not it. I have Terrion Arnold in my Madden team. I need a ball. I do. He's doing great for me. Great. All right, guys. Off to school. Taking kids to school, waking them up, taking them to school, bringing them home, taking them to events, taking them to soccer, taking them to basketball, taking them to taekwondo, taking them.